Thanks for tuning in to Red Belt Radio. The following episode is scheduled for one fall. I'm Jason, and this show is dedicated to World Wonder Ring Stardom. Today I'm covering the extremely risky challenge made by Tam Nakano, a loser retires match against Sayaka Kamitani on March 3rd at Korakuen Hall. This unexpected escalation has some fans nervous and others scratching their heads. The challenge was issued at Stardom Path of Thunder 2025 after Tam Nakano retained the loyalty of her apprentice, Sayaka Kurara, and defeated Kamitani with a violet screwdriver. It would seem that whoever loses the match between Nakano and Kamitani on March 3rd will have to leave Stardom. But could it really be that final? Let's try to figure this out. If you find these transmissions valuable, please give this a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment to let me know what you think. Here's a brief breakdown of Tam Nakano's declaration, courtesy of a Tokyo Sports February 24th article. Link in the description. This has been translated and paraphrased. She then demanded, "You said you'd do anything I asked. Let's make this the last one. Fight with everything you have. It's a loser's retirement match." The crowd erupted in surprise as Kamitani, looking bewildered, responded, "So if you lose, you'll retire, right? Fine, let's do it." Shaved heads aside, Tam Nakano is not exactly a stranger to matches that have dire consequences or unusually harsh stipulations. Just this January, her match against freelancer Unagi Sayaka seemingly banished Unagi from Stardom, but we'll come back to that oddness in a little bit. First, let's explore some of the possible outcomes of this Nakano vs. Kamitani retirement match. Option 1. There is no winner. This would seem to be the outcome that makes the most sense, assuming Stardom has no intention of truly parting ways with either Tam Nakano or Sayaka Kamitani. Both wrestlers are extremely popular, with one being a faction leader and the other being the World of Stardom champion. In character, it would also seem logical that members of Cosmic Angels and or H.A.T.E would get involved to stop this match from concluding, since they shouldn't want their teammate to get booted from the company. The two things that concern me about this outcome are, firstly, why have the stipulation at all if it is purely to provide a false sense of danger? And secondly, Tam has been involved in other matches that we assumed would have no winner. For instance, the double title match against Mina Shirakawa in 2023, which Tam did in fact win and turned Mina into the shortest-lived Wonder of Stardom champion ever. The booking of Tam's matches can sometimes feel needlessly harsh and sometimes result in stopping a story cold. Will March 3rd manage to do the same? Option 2, Tam loses, leading to a redemption angle. In this scenario, Tam Nakano retires but eventually gets a chance to come back to Stardom. One way this might happen is through the Cinderella tournament. Each year, the Cinderella winner is granted a wish, and a winner like Sayaka Kurara or Saori Anou could conceivably wish for Tam to return. Going back to the subject of Unagi Sayaka, perhaps Tam can do battle with Unagi outside of Stardom, and together they could figure out a way to be welcomed back by the company? I don't know. This is a good time to mention that Tam's birthday is coming up in late March, so if she wanted to take some time away from wrestling, perhaps rest her body, enjoy her birthday, and come back around the time of All-Star Grand Queendom, this outcome would function decently well in making that possible. Option 3, Tam loses and officially retires. I wouldn't rule this out altogether, but I certainly don't think Tam would retire from Stardom without a proper ceremony and retirement tour. Tam has accomplished a lot in Stardom, and she could be about ready to walk away. Her former apprentice Sayaka Kamitani has reached the top of the company. Her new apprentice Sayaka Kurara is well on her way to becoming a star, and Stardom is on an upward trend in ticket sales and fan interest. You could argue that Tam's character arc and her work is more or less done. One issue is Tam is definitely a part of Stardom's current popularity, so having her retire for real should be handled very tactfully. If this outcome does take form, I would expect a retirement tour of some kind and a final farewell at perhaps All-Star Grand Queendom. Option 4, Saya loses and does crossovers. Saya Kamitani is already a champion in Pro Wrestling Wave, and in the past, she had blamed her 2024 heel turn on former Stardom wrestler Utami Hayashishita. Kamitani and Hayashishita, who seemed extremely close while in Stardom, had even interacted over social media around the time that the members of Queen's Quest separated at Stardom's event, The Conversion. More recently, Tam Nakano and Tokyo Sports have brought up the subject of Utami Hayashishita all over again. Tam said, according to the February 26th Tokyo Sports article, link in the description, "The best way for Saya, who has lost her love, to return to normal would be to go back to her beloved Utami Hayashishita." So my question is, why keep bringing up a wrestler who is no longer a part of Stardom? Why add that detail to an already complicated story? A crossover of some kind, perhaps a match between Saya and Utami, would not completely shock me at this point. In a way, it seems unlikely, but Stardom wrestlers talking about Utami at all in 2025 also seemed unlikely. This could also just be Tam's way of trying to push Saya's buttons in character, but it's hard to tell. Option 5, Saya loses, then gets redemption. This outcome is similar to the Tam equivalent. With this outcome, Saya would retire, but would be brought back by someone like Rina or Sayaka Kurara, winning the Cinderella and wishing for her return. Alternately, the Phoenix Queen Saya Kamitani could retire, allowing the Golden Phoenix or some other permutation of the character to come back, more or less on a technicality. Option 6, something even harder to foresee. I have no clue what this might be, but I do hope people will keep their eye on whatever it is Saori Anou is doing. Saori exchanged a look with Tam at Path of Thunder that had something behind it, but I don't know what. Saori has also been building tension with Saya, a very slow burn. She may end up stepping forward and taking a more prominent role in this storyline at some point. What do you expect to be the result and fallout of March 3rd's match between Nakano and Kamitani? Do you think an actual retirement is on the horizon? And do you think this adds something to the story that we will appreciate, or simply exists for shock value? If you found this transmission valuable, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment to let me know what you think. Thanks for listening to Red Belt Radio.